Hey, today we're diving headfirst into the bottomless pit of animal misconceptions. Spoiler alert, most of what you think you know about animals is dumber than a box of rocks. So let's rip some myth to shreds, shall we? First up, lemmings. Ever heard the story about them yeeting themselves off cliffs in mass suicide? Yeah, that's thanks to a little 1958 documentary called Disney's White Wilderness. Quite on brand naming there, Walt Disney. Here's a preview if you've never seen this before.
Ahead lies the Arctic shore, and beyond, the sea.
Look at
And
those
still the little
cute
animals
bastards
surge
looking beyond the big blue sea, beyond the horizon, thinking if there's more to life. Well, I guess there is a more. Look at this great camera work. It's like someone is pushing them off. Anyways, it convinces the world that these little fur balls have a death wish. Plot twist, lemmings don't have some lemming death cult sacrificing their son to the one true lemming Jesus. They're just trying to find a new place to live because their numbers blew up like a science fair volcano during the mating season. So they disperse into groups to find more space and food. Some make it, some don't, and some would make it big and end up in Disney. What comes after that, we don't need to know. That's the circle of life. But the circle of life can't stop ostriches from stuffing their head in the sand when they're scared. If you're built like a dinosaur, the best way to handle danger is to suffocate yourself. Well, they don't do that because, surprise, they don't have a death wish either. When ostriches feel threatened, they either run like their life depends on it, which it does, or they lie down and press their necks to the ground trying their best to cosplay as a bush. Not genius level stuff, but better than dying because your head is halfway glitched into the ground. Legend has it, these little goldfishes have 3-second memories.
Oh, a dollar!
Yeah, that's just people projecting their own forgetfulness onto innocent fish. Studies show that goldfish can remember stuff for months. You can even train them to recognize sounds, colors, feeders, and feeding times. So next time you're feeling forgetful, remember you've got nothing on a goldfish. Because you're worse. And who can forget the classic bull hates the color red myth? Absolute bull. Bulls couldn't care less about the color red because they are colorblind to it. What actually takes them off is the movement of the matador's cape. So really, it could be any color. Yellow, blue, or polka dots. If it's flapping around like crazy, the bull's gonna charge. So matadors, feel free to express yourself, just don't forget to dodge. But you'll probably not be able to dodge if you're blind as a bat, they say. But guess what? Bats aren't blind. Most bats have solid eyesight. They use echolocation because it's like a built-in radar in conjunction with their vision. Echolocation has a more accurate estimation of the distance to the target, the speed of the target, and the distance of the target to the background. Their peepers work just fine, so if someone calls you blind as a bat, take it as a compliment. You're basically Batman now. Oh. And here's a fun one, baby birds. Apparently, if you touch a baby bird, its mom will reject it. That's a load of crap. If you find a baby bird, you can put it back in its nest without sending it to bird exile. One outrageous example is a bird species called cuckoo. They just dump their egg in another bird's nest and peace out. But hey, taking care of someone else's bird is way better than charming a snake with music. Snakes don't have an external ear like we do. It'd be hilarious if it did. But they do have an internal ear where they listen through their jawbones, which means they can't hear the music that well, but they are more focused on the fact that the charmer is waving something in their face like a maniac. The snake's just thinking, is this guy trying to kill me? So no, you can't charm a snake with music. Try it and you'll probably be sent straight to the ER. One animal that will not give you a chance to see the ER is a white polar bear. But get this, polar bears aren't even white. Their fur is actually translucent like frosted glass, and it only looks white because it reflects visible light. Underneath all that fluffy murder fluff, polar bears are rocking jet black skin. So basically, they are the goths of the animal kingdom, just with a better disguise. Lastly, let's clear up the whole frogs give you warts myth. Some people think touching a frog or toad will curse you with warts. No. The bumps on their skin aren't contagious. Warts are caused by human papillomavirus, HPV, which only spreads from human to human. So don't go blaming Kermit, he's got enough on his plate and a hand up his ass. And that's it for today's episode of Everything You Know Is Wrong. Stay curious, question everything, and don't believe everything.